How's it going, everybody? So out here riding. Never really talked about it, but I guess I'll briefly touch on it. You probably wonder what happened to Trailtaker. Well, my business partner went woke, Mr. Whitfuck, and there was a third one, but he never really did anything, but they worked together, so, you know, you can see where sides will be taken there, right? Like, you know, I probably would take somebody's side too if I worked with them, right? You don't want to jeopardize your boss working a separate company by taking a different side, or your employee if the boss took my side, whatever. So I never personally had a problem with Mr. Eustace, but you know, they filed some illegal papers last year. First they removed me from the company, filed some papers claiming that they had ownership, and you can look this up. You go, you know, the Colorado government website, you look up Trailtaker LLC, you can see what they did, and they claim 50-50. And yeah, I know that's not legal. I've been advised by many attorneys that you can't do that. I even called into a local radio show that talks about various business and stuff, and they even were like, you can't do that. I don't understand. They can't just file a paper. And well, they did. And you know, supposedly that you would think has legal binding, right? Especially if they then go try to sell Trailtaker, they'll just say, well, there's only two of us and we're each 50%. I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think they're that dumb, because that would just open a can of I would sue. I would spend $100,000 then, because I could show, like, hey, look, I was a partner, you know, and they filed these fraudulent papers, and they try and claim like, oh, it was a mistake, we were afraid you were going to do something because you reimbursed yourself. Well, what's that got to do with what does one have to do with the other? I reimbursed myself for a trip and my share, and yeah, you know, what does one have to do with the other? So we did go small claims court. The judge was like, oh, I don't know why you sided with them. I'm not good at arguing stuff, and had never been in that situation. And obviously Mr. Eustace was advised by, which he had told me, like, I have a friend that's a lawyer, you know, so he was advised of what to do and all this and what to say. He immediately in court said, oh, well, you know, we filed this because, well, we thought he was going to do something else and we were scared. And well, why would you file papers? What's that got to do with anything? Why deleting my email? What's that got to do with anything? I don't understand. I reimbursed myself. We had a disagreement on reimbursing. And so it was really petty that you won't let me reimburse for the trip, which is fine because I wrote it off on my taxes. I went that direction, you know. There's two ways to play that game. So I wrote that off on my taxes. And that was to sell the company, but Mr. Wokeness, Richard, didn't want to sell it to have any, he didn't want me to gain any money from his intellectual property, which is basically what Mutual, well, he was a Mutual, now he's my buddy. More so than Richard, because Richard went woke. And this guy was like, yeah, no, I'm tired of this, people doing this shit. You know, that's disgusting. You know, also only one day you're gonna wake up. Oh, no, Mr. Whitfucker says he didn't just wake up. It's like, you're on my side, dude. What the hell? So Mr. Whitfuck says he didn't just wake up one day. He said he had given it thought over 2 years. Oh, we got new signage. They put some new signs. He said he thought it over for 2 years, which is even worse, because if you're saying, if you became kind of woke in this mentality that because of my beliefs of Trump, my beliefs of Kyle Rittenhouse, that I'm a racist, then wouldn't you cut ties with a racist ASAP? No, he benefited from my friendship by getting free sponsorships for stuff, having me provide him with stuff, freebies for 2 years. So I guess I could see the difficulty. He didn't want to give up the freebies. You know, and at the end of this, he never said, you know, you gave me all this stuff, I'm just going to donate it because, you know, I don't want anything, right? He still more than was happy to keep stuff from a racist, because that's what he thinks I am. So if that's what he thinks I am, who am I to change his mind? I personally don't care. At this point, it's been enough time has gone by. I have my own good group of friends. They know about it, they laugh about it, they poke me about it at times. You know, hey, you're a racist, Mark. You know, we laugh about it because that's all you can do at the end of the day. Can I get up this? Oh yeah. That's all we can do is, you know, laugh about these idiots out there in the world. Even my sponsors, I told them. So I didn't know who he contacted originally, because he contacted a bunch of mutual friends and was like, hey, I can't associate with him because, and I'll tell you why if you want to know. And of course, some people are like, hey, I want to know. So I know at least a couple people. It's just, you know, a disgusting individual that is playing the you're a racist card. That's funny. My African brother never thought I was racist. Yes, I lived in Lomé, Togo. My family helped this guy come back to the U.S. Junior, Billet Lawson. Hey, if you're out there, you see my video, contact me. I'd like to reconnect. Lost connection. But my family brought him to the U.S. He became a citizen. Sponsored him. He'd be like a little older than me, but not much. Good guy. But if I'm a racist, I'm like the worst one in the world. It's kind of like Trump. People calling him a racist. Like, well, he's the worst racist in the world then. You're good. You're good. You're good. It's okay. Thank you. So that's kind of how Trailtaker ended, sadly. Had an offer from Fortune 500 company to buy it. It was reconnecting that offer because of COVID. People left, moved, you know, reconnecting that. Called in a favor from somebody at the sister company, and they had reconnected, and Mr. Whitfuck decided to delete my email, and all this went down, and they tried to connect and couldn't get a hold, so I heard, and yeah, that was basically it, and I wasn't going to call the favor and be like, oh, hey, so it is what it is. Oh, doing tests?